let Holy War begin. First of all, I'm not big fan or lover of Holy Wars, but is Acumatica really cloud-based? Point number one, which I want to mention, is why I feel that I can speak about the matter. First of all is because I'm CTO at company which implements Acumatica. Point number two is I'm Acumatica MVP. Point number three, I'm Acumatica Developer of the Year 2019. And of course, I cannot claim that I know everything about Acumatica development, but I know good enough amount of facts and information in order to speak about the matter, especially if we speak about Acumatica. So why, as usually, question appears? You see on the screen, this is typical configuration of developer machine who does Acumatica development. As usual, developer has IIS. As usual, developer have SQL Server. As usual, developer have Visual Studio. That's all. And question, like in everybody, who does not dig deep enough when they look on development machine, they make a conclusion that if this is development machine look like, it means that production server with Acumatica will be the same or close to that. And I definitely agree that it is not scalable, and some other points, but people look at this and say, this is not cloud solution. Why? Because it is not scalable and some other points. But I will continue in my video why other people believe that Acumatica is not scalable. There is a stereotype: if something is based on Windows, this is non-cloud. And what I can say more, like somebody when they speak about Windows, they are kind of biased or prejudiced against Windows, and Windows get more and more features. And what I noticed quite often, people who know Windows, they don't know Linux, and opposite situation. And the same, there is another stereotype here: if something based on Unix or Linux, it is definitely cloud. But it, like I would say, this is not absolutely fruitless stereotype, but want to mention that when Windows was born, like Windows 98, 98, Millennium, and other versions of Windows, they didn't target market of servers, they didn't target enterprise market, and of course, those versions of Windows, they wasn't built for cloud. And let's say, what is kind of idea, if Windows wasn't built for cloud, then ERP which lives on it is not for cloud. But want to mention that that is not the case any longer, and from version of Windows 95, which was built in 1995, which is much more different than what you can see in Windows 2022. If you look, for example, on Windows Server 2022, it will be much more different. So don't be as a person who says, if something didn't work 20 years ago, it is not going to work now. Chances are that some system evolved with time, and Windows which you used to see like that now may behave differently. But anyway, let's agree on criteria what we will consider as cloud-based. And first of all, it would be point number one, which would be core differentiator for me, would be scalability. And what kind of scalability I mean? Horizontal and vertical. What I mean about vertical, it's basically having this computer or having more powerful computer, which means faster memory, faster processor. This is vertical scalability. But horizontal scalability means when we have multiple machines, and those multiple machines share workload. And So that's criteria number 1. Criteria number 2, what is cloud-based is available everywhere. Who is author of this criteria? Basically, 2 flagship companies which provide cloud services is AWS and Azure. They are everything but not unique, because for now Google provides its cloud, Rackspace provides its cloud, and there are, just type in browser cloud computing and you will see tons of competitors who say our cloud is the best. Yeah, and one of the points or benefits of cloud is available everywhere. Which other criteria are important? Regular backup and distributed backup. Again, regular backup and distributed backup because it is cloud, regular monitoring, availability, low maintenance cost, and unlimited storage capacity. And I want to speak specifically about horizontal and vertical scalability and which technologies Acumatica uses behind the curtains, but about them not everybody is aware of. So first of all is RabbitMQ or MSMQ. Here I have logo of RabbitMQ. This is my preferred tool, and past versions of Acumatica, they are based on MSMQ. I will skip explanation why RabbitMQ or MSMQ is part of scalability schema, but you can Google by yourself why it is important. Second one is Nginx or similar load balancer. Again, Nginx plays a role of load balancer, and let's say if you want to have 10 computers which serve to your customers and so on, and like 10 computers which serve your customers, which distribute load, Acumatica, with help of Nginx or any other load balancer, it can help you scale. So basically, you may have 10 computers which process data, of which process user input, which process API input, and you may have even different servers, and all of that may be scaled. What else Acumatica have? Acumatica has Redis. What is Redis? If to put simply, it is cache management mechanism, which is again scalable cache management mechanism. As usually, Acumatica developer, they never touch RabbitMQ or MSMQ because Acumatica has its framework and developer don't need to care. Developer never touches Nginx or similar load balancer again because Acumatica framework handles that. As usually, developers don't touch Redis as cache management mechanism again because Acumatica framework handles that. And Acumatica also relies on MongoDB for push notifications. Again, developers never touch MongoDB because Acumatica framework covers it instead of developers. All what developers see during development, IIS, SQL Server, Visual Studio. And let's say compare Acumatica developer with some other developer, of other ERP system, quite often they have zoo of technologies, build bridges between those technologies and so on and so on. Quite often it gives a lot of pain, a lot of problems. But because Acumatica framework built in a reliable way, developers, I would suggest you can speak with your developers if they know what is the difference between RabbitMQ and MSMQ. If they are not seasoned developers, they will have no idea about difference. If you ask your developers, especially if they are C# developers, what is Nginx and purpose of it, if they are not hardcore seasoned developers, they will have no idea what is Nginx. And small amount of them will have idea about how it may be used as load balancer. And the same about Redis, or the same about MongoDB. I used to be developer for 10 years before I even scratched the surface of MongoDB. And I believe I'm far from being unique in that. So, again, based on scalability, which can be horizontal and vertical, Acumatica is cloud-based. And AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, as well as other clouds, they may or may not provide support of those tools. Let's continue about regular and, of course, what is most important, reliable backups and what Acumatica provides. If you host on Acumatica cloud, regular and no charge backups and holding of that backup. Daily backup retained for 4 days. Last backup of last day of the week will be held 4 weeks. Backup of the final day of the month will be held 4 months. Last backup of the quarter will be held for 1 year. Important or like distributed data, like transactional data backed up to a second data center far away from the main one. What it means? If for whatever reason AWS server with database will fall down, chances are quite small that simultaneously transactional data server, which is far away, will fall down with it. This is something which doesn't happen as usually. So it means it will be possible to restore your data from transactional data backup. And let's say something terrible happen, you don't pay for license. During 30 days, you will be still able to get your data. And some other points. Available 24/7, 365. On average, Acumatica is available 99.999 per year, which means that during the year, for a couple of hours, Acumatica may not be available, but on average it will be available. Low maintenance cost, well, you pay for Acumatica license and you don't care about system administrator will make configuration of that. And by the way, you will need a lot of system administrators who will take care of this. Acumatica Cloud, do it instead of you. Unlimited storage capacity, well, to be honest, unlimited storage capacity means if your pocket is unlimited, storage capacity will be unlimited. Otherwise, sorry, storage capacity will be limited. So that's all what I wanted to say. And based on these arguments, I hope you will agree that Acumatica is cloud-based. Thanks for attention. And if you want to disagree, feel free to express your arguments, opinions as comments